Ada's hands flew to her mouth when she saw Chike, on one knee, holding a velvet box open to the air. He was in the middle of the town square, right by the old iroko tree, where traders, students, and bus conductors passed daily. Now, dozens had stopped, encircling them. Phones were up, recording. Someone was shouting, "Say yes! Say yes!" Her heart raced. It was not the kind of proposal she had ever imagined, but it was happening. Public, loud, dramatic. Cheek was looking up at her with the kind of eyes that demand an answer, the kind that cage a woman with expectation. But here's the thing. Ada and Cheek had never once talked about marriage. Not once. She felt her palms sweating as the chant grew. Say yes! Say yes! Her mind scrambled. Should she? Shouldn't she? They'd only been dating 4 months. 4 months. How could he be this sure? She glanced around. Mothers, children, even okada riders had stopped to watch. Some already smiled as though they knew her answer. The pressure pressed into her chest. Her friends, standing to the side, exchanged strange glances. Were they in on this? She tried to read their faces, but before she could, Cheek spoke, his voice trembling with emotion. Ada, the love of my life, he said. Since the day I met you, I knew you were the one. Marry me. Gasps rippled. A small boy clapped. Ada froze. If only she knew, this was no ordinary proposal. Ada's mind flew back to that morning. Cheek had insisted they meet at the square, though she found it odd. I have a surprise, he'd said, grinning. He hadn't let her ask questions. Now she understood, or thought she did. But she didn't know. Not yet. She looked into his eyes. They seemed earnest, but something about the corners of his lips looked too tight, as though he were hiding a laugh. Still, the crowd was impatient. Kneel down too, one woman shouted. Answer him. Ada's lips parted. Chike, she whispered. Yes? His voice carried, hopeful. Her heart beat wildly. She thought of the future, her family, her dreams, everything collapsing into this one public moment. And then, just as she leaned forward to answer, laughter erupted. Not from the crowd, from Cheek himself. He dropped the ring box. It bounced against the dusty ground. He slapped his thigh and fell back into the dirt, laughing so hard his shoulders shook. People frowned, confused. Ada stood rooted. Chike caught his breath long enough to choke out, "You should see your face." Then, turning to the crowd, he declared, "Relax, everybody. It's just a prank, a social experiment. We're filming for my channel." From behind the iroko tree, 2 boys emerged with cameras. They zoomed in on Ada, whose face was frozen between shock and humiliation. The crowd muttered. Some laughed along. Others hissed. Ada felt the world tilt. Her chest burned. Anger, shame, disbelief. Cheek was already on his feet, grinning, brushing dust from his jeans. Ah, Ada, you almost fainted. This will go viral. Imagine the views. If only Ada knew why he gathered that crowd, she would never have come. It wasn't about love, not about forever, not even about her. It was about content, about clicks, followers, money. Her lips trembled. The crowd had started to disperse, disappointed there was no wedding to plan, no love story to celebrate. Some still kept their cameras raised, capturing her every expression. Chika threw an arm around her shoulder, still laughing. Babe, don't be angry. It's all fun. You'll thank me when you see how famous we'll be after this. But Ada didn't laugh. She shook off his arm. And for the first time, she realized what kind of man he truly was.